Banks are trying to tighten the screws on Videocon promoters to prevent what could potentially turn out to be a huge corporate account turning bad. Investors in the company have seen the stock collapse in the last couple of days and would be watching the next developments very, very closely. Ritu joins us. She has some exclusive details. Ritu, what are you picking up?
Well, Nigel, the stock has been tanking continuously for the last few days over the fear of debt repayment because, as it clarified in the exchanges yesterday as well, Dana Bank did clarify it, tag it as a non-performing asset in the fourth quarter. And we've been speaking to many banks that have exposure to this particular company, and the fears are quite real that the account has been under stress given that the consumer businesses and the oil and gas businesses both have not been doing very well, and therefore there have been some delays in repayments. We understand larger banks like ICICI Bank may in fact declare it a non-performing asset in the first quarter of this fiscal. The other banks, the large banks that have an exposure to it, most of them say the account has already been in a special mention 2 category, which means a category where overdues are already pending for 60 days. If they skip one more repayment, they become a non-performing asset. So it's on the verge of becoming an NPA where it has been for a while. It's also been on the watch list of most of the large banks. We spoke to State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, ICICI Bank. All of them have the account on their watch list. So there is a real fear here, and therefore banks have, now called for a meeting with the promoters to ask them for a concrete turnaround plan. It's just in the last year itself, if you remember, Videocon has sold assets worth about 11,000 crores to pay debt, but that clearly isn't enough. So they're pushing them to sell more real estate assets, divest more stake in oil and gas. That meeting is likely in the first week of June, so we'll wait to hear what the promoters come back with.
All right. Thanks so much for that, Ritu. Well, today as well.